Hello everybody, Ben Woodruff here. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about and sharing with you a very important archaeological site called Pottery Mound in New Mexico. Very few people have heard of this place, and it's basically off limits now. So why am I sharing it? The figurative depiction is so unique and so profound, it needs to be shared. It's very important to me that the general populace is aware of this site, even though not much information is shared publicly about it. So I want to share it because of the art and because of the profound implications. So what is Pottery Mound? Well, Pottery Mound was a late prehistoric Puebloan village on the banks of the Rio Puerco, west of Los Lunas, New Mexico. It was occupied between 1350 and 1500 AD. Now this site is best known for its 17 kivas, which yielded a large number of elaborate murals. Now kivas are normally round. Some of these kivas here are square, which is also unusual. But far more unusual is the fact that these kivas have murals. This is highly unusual, as typically kivas have been absolutely not decorated in any way, shape, or form. There's no figurative depiction whatsoever. They simply have a coating of adobe covering everything. But at Pottery Mound, the kivas display an explosion of figurative depictions of all kinds. Animals, humans, anthropomorphic beings, deities, and faithful depictions of both regular and ceremonial clothing. They adorn these kiva walls. So these kivas give us a unique glimpse into the lives and the thoughts of these ancient peoples. The architecture of Pottery Mound is also unique, and it's uniquely complicated, and it's not fully understood. Beginning in 1954, the University of New Mexico archaeologist Frank Hibben brought many field schools to the site, but sadly, the records and the publications we have from this are few. It was kind of a bit of a hack job by today's archaeological standards. But fortunately, master artists were brought in to document the ancient murals. These were faithfully replicated, and we have these today. So with time, pigments break down. Happens everywhere with every culture. Pigments break down, especially at a site that's excavated when exposed to the sun. These artists went through and very faithfully depicted, and where the plaster had fallen off, they depicted where it was fallen off rather than filling in the dots, so to speak. So we have rendered beautiful depictions showing what it used to look like. In late 2012, the University of New Mexico deeded the land comprising Pottery Mound site to the Isleta Pueblo, who continues to govern the site to this day. So basically, there's no access to this site. And again, there's degradation that happens over time to these kivas. So we're actually very fortunate that in the 1900s that artists with archaeologists did document these, and we have them today. So in this video, since I can't go to this site itself, I'm going to be sharing you from, there's a few books that have been written that have these paintings. So we can get a look at what these kiva murals actually look like. Now, I want you to pay close attention when you see these. Again, there's humans, there's animals, there's anthropomorphic figures, but I want you to take notice of how many scarlet macaws there are. This is New Mexico. You have to get into Central America or Southern Mexico before you start finding macaws like this. But we know that scarlet macaws were traded northward from Mexico. We know they were kept alive at Chaco Canyon, New Mexico. We found their skeletons there. At the edge of the Cedars Museum in Blanding, we have a beautiful sash woven out of beautiful scarlet macaw tail feathers. And at Paquime, New Mexico, just across the border, barely into Mexico, the Paquime, also called Casas Grandes Village, was huge, a trade hub, and they would trade live macaws that were kept there. They would trade the feathers, but also live macaws northward. So we know in the minds of the people, scarlet macaws were very sacred. And to their descendants, many of the tribes today in the area still greatly revere scarlet macaws, a bird that is not native to the area at all. Now, I've trained and kept many macaws. They learn to talk. They learn to understand and have a sense of humor. Think about the spiritual impact it would be to have a bird, an exotic bird with vibrant, bright colors from a foreign land that speaks your language, that can actually speak words that are understandable and meaningful. I can't even imagine what an important, spiritually powerful symbol that must have been. But the thing is, most of the ancestral Puebloan people, there might be some rock art, but other than that, not a lot of other figurative depiction has been preserved. But here at Pottery Mound, the presence of so many depictions of scarlet macaws everywhere shows just how much these birds were on these people's minds. So we're going to take a look at this art, and again, I'm taking this from books because I cannot go to the site myself, but I would like you to be able to see them. So I'm going to play my Native American flute as some background music and let you just simply enjoy these images and you can be impacted by seeing them and take your own takeaway of what they mean to you and what you think they might have meant to these ancient people. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing some of this amazing art from Pottery Mound. Again, I think it gives us a window into the minds of these ancient people and what was on their minds, what they were thinking about, and what mattered to them. I wish we had more sites like this that preserved some of this kind of artistic rendition, but I'm glad that we have it today. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Let me know your thoughts on all this down in the comments. And always remember, life is a gift. So never stop learning and never stop exploring. We'll see you next time.